Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're doing a deep dive into a word we all use pretty much every day, country. Now, it seems super simple, right? But as we're about to see, the way we use this one little word can actually tell us something huge about how language works. So I want you to really think about this for a second. How many different meanings can you come up with for the word country? It's a simple question, but the answer, well, it uncovers this really powerful secret about communication itself. All right, so to get to the bottom of this, we're going to break down the word country using definitions from a very, very specific source. And you'll see pretty quickly that the source we're using is just as important as the definitions themselves. Okay, first up, we've got the one we all think of immediately. A country is a nation, a political thing with borders and a government. And notice the little detail here. It's a countable noun. You can have one country, or 10 countries, or 100 countries.
Yep. This is the perfect example of that first meaning in action. Russia is a country. Canada is a country. Brazil is a country. It's straightforward. It's exactly how we use the word all the time. No surprises there.
But then, you have this completely different meaning. Here, country means all the places that are far away from cities, the countryside. And look at the key differences. It's uncountable, and its direct opposite is the city. This isn't about politics at all. It's all about lifestyle and geography. See, this just feels totally different, doesn't it? When you hear someone say they live in the country, you're not picturing a Capitol building. You're picturing like open fields, maybe some farms, quiet roads. And our source points out that we almost always say the country when we mean this. So this is the main thing to get. The difference between a country and the country is huge. On one side, you've got a nation. On the other, you have a rural landscape. It's the same exact word, but those two little articles, a versus the, can signal two completely different worlds. And believe it or not, it doesn't even stop there. This word is so incredibly versatile. We use it to talk about a general place, like saying some area is NASCAR country. It's an entire genre of music, right? And we even use it as an adjective, like in a country road.
Now, looking up definitions is interesting. But that's not the real story here. The real secret isn't what these definitions say, it's why they are written in such a simple, clean, and direct way.
I mean, think about it. Why are these explanations so crystal clear? It is definitely not an accident. There is a very deliberate system at work behind the scenes here, and it's been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
And boom, here it is. This is the clue, tucked away on the web page we've been using. It says the word country is on the Basic English 850 list. This one little phrase is the key that unlocks this entire idea. Which, of course, leads us to the next big question. What on earth is the Basic English 850 list? I know, it sounds like some kind of secret code, but it's actually this incredible, revolutionary idea about language. It all starts with this number, 850. That's it. Not thousands, not tens of thousands of words, just 850. This is the total number of words in a specially designed, super simplified version of English.
So this system is called Basic English, and it was created to be a tool for really clear international communication. The whole idea is that with just these 850 essential words, you can explain pretty much anything, no matter how complicated it is.
And that brings us right back to our source material. See, we weren't just looking at any old dictionary, we were looking at the Simple English Wiktionary, a project whose entire mission is to define words using only that small list of basic English words. The simplicity wasn't a coincidence, it was the entire point. So why does any of this matter? I mean, why would anyone bother creating a language with just 850 words? Well, it's because in a world that is just overloaded with information, simplicity is basically a superpower. Using a core vocabulary like this has some massive advantages. For one, it makes learning English way, way easier for people. It also helps create information that's accessible to everyone, no matter their background. It forces you to break down really complex ideas into their simplest parts. And maybe most importantly, it helps build bridges between people all over the world. At the end of the day, that's really the philosophy here. It's a system built from the ground up for maximum understanding, with the absolute minimum number of words. It's all about being clear, efficient, and making knowledge available to everyone.
And the logic behind it is just so elegant, right? You start with a complicated idea. Then you force yourself to explain it using only these core simple words. And what you end up with is communication that almost anyone on the planet can understand.
So let's wrap this all up. We started with a simple word, country, and saw just how many jobs it can do. But the bigger discovery was that it's one of only 850 core words in a system called Basic English, a system designed to make ideas accessible to everybody. And the real takeaway here is that simple language isn't dumbed-down language, it's an incredibly powerful tool for clear thinking.
And that just leaves us with one final thought. Now that you've seen how powerful this is, what's a complex idea in your own life, maybe at work or at school, or just something you're trying to explain to a friend, that you could try to simplify today? Thanks for joining me.